Do all forms of worship please God? Hebrews 12, we read, "Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe, for our God is a consuming fire." But we already see that there is an acceptable worship, and it needs to be done with reverence and awe. And then in 1 Peter 2:5, we read, "You also, like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house to be a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." Just think about for a minute Cain and Abel. In their sacrifices, one was acceptable and one was not. Have you ever wondered why? Well, I think the clue is right there in Genesis, where it says that Abel offered his sacrifice from the first fruits. They were the best that he had to offer. Where Cain offered just from among his offerings, his grain offering. What that indicates is we need to give the Lord our absolute best in worship, not our leftovers. It needs to be the first of our heart, the first of our gifts, the first of all that we are. 1 Peter 2:5, we read, "You also, like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house to be a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." I think if left to our own devices, we wouldn't come up with a form of acceptable worship. But look at what this says. In this verse, it is only sacrifices done through Jesus Christ that are acceptable to God. Without Christ, it is impossible to please Him. Hebrews says of Jesus' sacrifice for us on the cross, "For by one sacrifice He has made perfect forever those who are being made holy." We are made perfect in the sacrifice of Christ. Our hands are scrubbed clean. And not only that, our sin is atoned for. We are no longer guilty and can finally offer acceptable worship. So let's worship Him through Jesus Christ. That's the only form of acceptable worship.